Charlotte Manson Ceramics is a functional pottery business with sustainability at its core. So we make products that are simple in form but beautiful in glaze and colour, inspired by the landscape and the natural environment. Sustainability is a big part of my business, and I do this through reclaiming clay, only firing the kilns when they're full, firing them on a faster schedule to other potters might do, and using eco-friendly and sustainable packaging materials. The organicness of working with ceramics, and the raw materials where we get them from is the earth, so everything outside of the studio inspires what's made inside of the studio. For example, like the flower wall features loads of crops that are grown in the local area. We imprint sort of floral designs into the ceramics in the workshops. I think just having that break away from people's busy lives to come here, just relax, get lost in the creative moment and the making and working with your hands, it all just like connects together, which is so beautiful. There was a moment where I got an email from someone in Miami. I think I was about 2 years into my business. I got an email from someone in Miami and they wanted 500 plates in 7 weeks, and I was like, I've never had an order like I've been making like 10 pieces at a time before. 500 plates in 7 weeks, I was like, I cannot do this. But I said yes. And I was like, I will figure out how to do this. And I got that order sent out on time, and I was like, okay, this feels like it could actually be something. And at that point, yeah, I decided full time and see what happens. It's still just so surreal. I just walk around this building like, what is going on? Like, it's absolutely mad, and it feels very cool that my ceramics have been chosen from all of the potters in the world. This shop, this retailer, this customer has chosen to purchase one of my mugs or one of my plates or bowls. And I've recently just sent out an order of 250 pieces to America. That was shipped out yesterday. But we send to, I think last year we sent to about 20 different countries across the world. Okay, so Chessie and Em at Blind Maggot. So they run an Instagram called Independent Newbury, and it's loads of independent businesses around Berkshire and Newbury area. And they posted about the grant, and I was like, what do you mean a grant? Like, I didn't know that was a thing really. And I looked into it, and my business fit within the guidelines of applying for the grant. And at that point, my landlord had the extended space of my studio available for rent, and I was like, it just feels like it's come at the right time. Had a really successful 2023 for my business, and I want to start these courses and retreats. I just don't have enough space, so I decided to expand my studio, apply for the Rural Capital Investment Fund to get 10 pottery wheels, a slab roller and a kiln to be able to host these workshops and spaces and create a nice community space for the creative arts and the craft industry. And this space isn't just for me, this space is for all the other small businesses in the local area that need this kind of space, facilities and everything to host workshops, bring people together through craft, through art, through imagination and being creative, and I think it's so cool. So I was awarded the Rural Business Grant from West Berks Council, and I would definitely say make sure that your business, to start with, you fulfill the criteria of the grant funding. So it was really helpful actually to speak to the economic development team within the West Berks Council, because they provided a greater insight into the application process and answered any questions I had. And I went through that grant application with a fine tooth comb and answered all of the questions clearly, was very clear on what the money was being spent on and how it's going to benefit my business. And I think aspects that are really important with this grant is understanding sustainability and tourism within the local area. They want to make sure that you're going to benefit the local economy as much as it's going to benefit you as an individual, as a small business. So I always try and employ people that will gain something from being here, other than working hopefully in a nice environment and in a nice big pottery studio, but also for them as a person and on their business journey. So I'm really trying to collaborate and grow the local economy as well as growing my own business from the Rural Capital Investment. that drive and that passion that I have to actually do something for a living that I enjoy. Like, I love my job so much, and I never want to do a job that I don't love. So I think that drive and passion has been what's kept my business, and not just survive, but I'd like to think it's thriving, and it's just going from strength to strength. And the people around me, like my employees, my family, my friends, like all of that builds upon the bigger picture of Charlotte Mansell Ceramics, I think.